Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Doug with Stacking Investments here. In this video, I'm trying to run a couple videos outside while it's kind of nice and just enjoy the outdoors in the late afternoon. It was about 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that on a Monday. I just got done doing a video for like the fourth time to put out as a response, and I figured I'd do another video while I'm sitting out here enjoying some coffee and enjoying nature. And sorry about the traffic in the background, but things are picking up here since they built that new subdivision through the woods across from me there. But I want to do this video. I'm going to do some updates to my typeset, the Dansco 7070. Will's Treasures had a video. Don't know when he did it. I miss his videos because I'm out at the flea market selling and with my dad on the weekend, so I don't get to see Will Treasures. I miss his videos. And he was working on his typeset, but I got a few things together because one video I did, the last coin I put in was the I know it's harshly clean, this Seated Liberty with the motto here, dollar. These things are hard to run across. This is the first one I've been able to lay my hands on, physically put my hands on. Would I like to have a nicer coin in there? Yes, I would. But this particular person, and not disrespecting their comment whatsoever, just responding to it, and because I respect their opinion, and I'm basically paraphrasing, they said something, why somebody would buy a low-grade coin just for spot filler to hurry up and finish a book, and why don't you just buy the best coin you can afford and put it in a spot and be done with it? Well, I respect that possibility. I respect that, that thought and what you're doing. Yeah, you should buy in some ways you should buy the best coin you can afford for your collection and everything, but you have to keep in mind what happens if you run across a better one down the road. Are you sure the one you bought is the one you want to keep? I have to throw in something else there too, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, because I do respect their opinion and what they had to say, and I kind of agree with it. You buy the best coin you can afford, but that's the joy with coin collecting. You can, part of it is, I don't want to put a coin in and that's it, never do anything with that coin. I am always changing coins in this typeset. Always. These seated dollars, these are not cheap. These things are not cheap. I am not going to buy a raw. First of all, they're hard to run across. But I'm not going to spend, upwards of $1,000, $2,000 on a raw coin based on just photos and everything. I'm not going to do that. This came into my LCS, and I bought it with a group of other stuff, and I got a discount on this coin. It's the first one I've been able to hold in my hand and physically look at. Yes, it's on the low grade side. I can always upgrade this if I find something better. I don't mind having it in my collection. It gives me a completed book, yes. I was not in a hurry to do this book. This was not a race. I happened to run. This is only one of these I've ran across and physically been able to hold in my hand. And I felt at the time, you know what? I'm stacking away. I'm actually selling some of my silver that I've put away to fund paying off my house. I have that goal. I'm so close to paying it off. I set the goal. I'm just going to pay it off this year and go be debt free. And I didn't want to put a lot of money out to fill this spot, because these coins get expensive when you start talking higher grades. But I ran across this, like I said, first one I've been able to actually physically put my hands on in 3 years. First one. Did I want this coin for this spot? No. But I made the decision. Hey, I've actually got one in hand. I can put it in a spot and I can upgrade later, and then I can sell this off. I can pull it out and sell it off to somebody who doesn't have a budget for a high grade coin. And that's something, you know, would I like to have an MS65 condition coin sitting there? Yes. But you gotta understand something, that within the coin collecting community, there's probably 95% of the people that collect coins cannot always afford a high grade coin. They just can't afford it. So it's not that I was being a speed demon by filling my collection. Some of the coins I put in here for a specific reason. And the cool thing about a typeset, everybody's typeset will be different. They will have different condition coins. Some will have higher condition coins, others will have less condition. A lot of my coins, the nice thing about this, it's not, when I sit down and I go through this with somebody, I can tell stories with some of these coins about how I acquired it, why I acquired it, why I put it in the album. I could go through and say, well, that was the best coin I could afford, so I bought it and I put it in there and done with it. No. I want to go through, like my Indian head right here. I know you can't see it real good on camera, and I'm not going to pull it out. And I've talked about it. I've showed a close-up of it. This is the key date Indian head, the 1877. That's a key date Indian head. I don't collect the Indian head penny, the Indian head cents. I have these, and I have a few others tucked away from my grandma's collection, mom and dad, you know, from mom and everything, and I've kind of put those in an album. But I'm not big into collecting the Indian heads. I have what I have in my album. I chose this one, low grade condition. Yeah, I could put a BU coin in there, but I put this one. I got the VDBs, 1909. They're not the S, they're the VDBs. I run into so many of these coins, of these VDBs, that, you know, I put I got a really nice one in my more reddish in my main collection, and then I put the next best two in here. You know, let's see, what do I got? I got the steel cent. I think I did a video. I got this from the Coin Geek. You know, that is from a legitimate sealed roll. That's the original finish. You know, I ordered that, bought that from the Coin Geeks website. And go through. I've got for my Seated Liberty half dimes and the dimes, I've got some Carson Cities. I do have some work here, but I haven't specifically set aside funds to buy better grade condition coins here. So I'm using what I have. I'm using what I got until I decide to, because I have other focuses that are more important than these right here. So yeah, these are just low grade fillers for right now, but they fill the spot. I have an example. That's all I wanted for right now for these spots. Am I wrong should I just leave those blank until I'm actually ready to slam down, you know, a few $100s to get a prime example? Or for the time being, can I just put a run-of-the-mill coin in there to at least have an example? You know, I know I got to upgrade it. This didn't cost me a lot of money. You know, but I've got the spots filled temporarily. I personally don't see a problem with that. This Jefferson here, it's a proof, 61 proof. I actually had some proof sets that had got, the plastic was damaged, no envelopes and all that, and these toned out real pretty with fluorescent colors. I had 3 of these. I put one in here, and then I sent one to Tiny Numismatics. I sent one to him for his collection, and then I sent one down to Fish. But I thought it was a pretty coin, and my typeset would be the perfect place to put that. It's just got awesome toning to it. I've talked about this. You know, yeah, I could spend some money and put a really nice Liberty Head Barber, Barber Dime in here. But this is the 1905 Micro O that I got in a junk bin, in a tube I bought at junk prices, 20 times face. And that's a more valuable variation. Even in that condition, it's like a $90 coin. I chose to put it here because it's like finding a semi-key date or a key date. I found that in a junk bin. I thought it was worthy of putting in my typeset, and when I go through, I can tell that story. I found that I bought several tubes of Barber Dimes to try to work on my Barber Dime collection, and I ran across that, and it's like, hey, cool find. See, right next to it, I got a nice BU Mercury Dime. I got a BU Roosevelt. For the clad, I chose to put the West Point Mint dime in there. What else do we got? I had a real crappy cap bust. These things are not cheap. This one is damaged, but it has really nice details. I got it at a super low price because it is damaged. It's got, considered graffiti. If you send it off to get graded, it's considered to be a graffiti coin, but it looks really nice. And I got that for almost junk prices. So why not put it in here? Yeah, I can go back later on and there's so many different coins in here. I can set a budget. My priority was not this album for budget, but I got that coin at a discount. It filled the spot. I put it in there. What else do I got for story time? It's actually the only one for this spot here with the reeded edge that I've been able to put my hands on. I am looking for one, way better condition, but it's not my priority, and that was the first one. I got a really good deal on it. My LCS called me and said they had one in. I looked at it, price was right. Yeah, it's low grade. Yes, it's just a spot filler, but you know what? I have one in there. I'll upgrade it at some point. Just hasn't been a priority. My Seated Liberty here, no motto. Yeah, that's a crappy looking coin. The date's messed up on it. I did a separate video on this. I got this coin in the call bin, in the junk bin, 20 times face. So I paid $10 for this coin. It does have a damaged date. I did the video where, here's the reverse. I did the video where I used, and I can't remember his name, Bill. All I can remember his first name's Bill. He had PDF files. He actually wrote, instead of an actual book, he's got PDF files of all his research. Him and another guy did some research, but Bill, pretty much wrote the book on these these Seated Liberty half dollars. I'm sorry. He wrote the book on these, and he did one for each mint. The Philadelphia Mint, he's got a separate book for the S Mint, a separate mint for the New Orleans, separate book for Carson Cities. And they did a lot of research. They studied coins that were found in hoards and stuff. And they took time photographing and different, the different variations in mint marks and all the different variations, and they have it really awesome in detail. I actually was able to contact him through a coin club that he belongs to, and I sent him a message thanking him for the information because he helped me, his research helped me positively identify that coin. And it's a variation. It's got this, it's a small broken S. And I did a video on this coin, and if I was to send it in and get it graded, it would come back in details because the date's messed up, but it would be one of only 3 that are graded by PCGS. Right now, currently, there's only 2. I have not sent this in because I thought, hey, this is a cool coin to put in my typeset, and then I can tell the story about it. I saved his email. where he responded back to me, telling me congratulations, and you know, glad that his research could help me out and everything. It's not a bad looking coin, it's just the date is damaged. So, but proud to have that in my book. This book has, you know, that coin means more to me than a, you know, say I forked out, you know, $500, $600, $700, $800,000 to get a premium coin to put in there, you know, really high end. This coin means more to me because I found it in a junk bin and was able to positively ID the date on the coin. And then I got to correspond with the author who wrote the book. You know, there's that trade dollar again. You know, like my peace dollar. I got this. I got it in here. Could I get higher grade? Yeah. But I like this chocolate brown. I don't see anything wrong with having some low grade coins. I had these. I had better condition commemoratives in here. But I started a commemorative album. So I pulled out what I had in here to fit in there, and I just threw these in here. I will probably upgrade these at some point to something different. But that's what this typeset is about. It's your own personality goes into this. You know, it's you put what you like. Can I put better coins in? Yeah. But I'd rather put coins that have a story. And then a viewer caught, and this was my fault because I thought I'd already upgraded it. My Eisenhower, I thought I had a 40% silver, and I wound up having a clad. So I got a hole because I wanted to have value in this book. So I got a 1971 40% proof to upgrade into this. Because I wanted to have all silver in here, so everything is silver on this page now, so that's an upgrade. You've seen this. And then we get back to where I'm adding to, because Dansco hasn't made any upgrades, I'm adding things that they missed. There's no spot for the change where they did arrows and a legend. I did a video on this, 1874. There's no spot for it up in the seated dimes. This has arrows and legends. For some reason, they left that design change out when they made this book. I showed prior video the formative years Lincoln cents. I put those in. I have a spot with the shield. I did the 4 different Jefferson nickels, and then I added when they did the obverse change. I've added a National Park series. I had to move my coins over because I decided to do something, and I actually got to go back. I bought 2 of these, got them at a really good deal. I was going to try to resell them, flip them. But I decided, wait a minute, I need these for my typeset. So I have this 2020 West Point V75 Privy. I feel that's a design change that's worthwhile. So this is Salt River Bay. So I'm putting that in from 2020. So we go from, you know, we had our national parks, then we had the mint for 2019 and 2020, put out the West Point quarters. But in 2020, they added that Privy mark. That's technically a design change, and it was put out in circulation. So worthy of having a spot in the typeset, in my opinion. Then they did the Washington crossing the Delaware. It does not belong in the National Park series, but your next series is the American Women's Quarter. So this is a standalone quarter design by itself. It doesn't belong in this album, but it doesn't belong in the Women's Quarter album either. It's a standalone. It's in between. You know, it's not part of this series, and it's not part of this series. So I feel hey, I need to have one in the collection. You know, I'm still missing, I need a innovation dollar. And I think that brings me pretty much caught up. But I got to go back to the quarters. Because what I decided to do, I know I wanted to keep this originally all silver on this page. But I thought for value, I'm going to take that, I'm going to take this uncirculated, more of the business strike, 40% bicentennial quarter out. And I originally wanted all silver on here, but I think even though this is a clad, I think this is a good choice. This is the other West Point. This is from the 2019 series. If I can get my camera to focus. Focus, Daniel-san. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is a West Point mint mark right there. It is the Lowell quarter. So I figured because there was only 2 million of these minted of each type for the year, that I think that will add more value to the spot than this more common 40% bicentennial quarter. I will keep this protected and maybe use it for another collection or whatever. I'll put that back. I will hang on to this. Got some pretty toning on it. The 74D clad. I still haven't figured out why I had that in there. I thought I had already upgraded to the silver, but I am taking the clad out. I do not know why I stuck this one in. I will have to research and figure out why it was in there. But for right now, I feel the better, you know. So I say this is why you. While I agree with the commenter's philosophy on buy the best coin you can afford for the spot, as you can see, your choice of coin to go in the spot may change. This happens in all my collections. I'm always looking for an upgrade. You can always better it. You know, you can always make the collection better. You know, you don't have to, you know, if you run across something cheap, why can't you throw it in the spot? I wanted to keep this page all silver, but then I thought, you know what? I'm going to get more value by having a West Point quarter in the spot than I will that 40% silver quarter. So my choice of coin for that spot changed. My choice of coin for this spot will change. I'll find a better one. I'll upgrade. For now, that's the only one. This is personally the only one I've ever seen and been able to hold in my hand. That one right there. Same with this Seated Liberty dollar. You don't find these every day. You don't just go to the coin shop and buy a MS60 or MS65. You know, you don't just do that. You know, so sometimes you got to get what you can get. And I'll upgrade it later. But like I said, not a priority for me. More of a priority was upgrading to the silver Ike here. More of a priority was putting the West Point minted 2019 quarter in that spot. More of a priority was adding some coins that I feel should be part of the typeset and continuing it on. Maybe Dansco makes some updated pages or whatever, and I can move these into those. But you know, but that's it. I'm running long again. Jeez, these videos get long. But there you go. Some upgrades to the typeset. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Again, shout out to Will's Treasure. He was adding some coins to his typeset earlier. I'll leave a link to his channel and possibly to that video down below. And I will see you on another one.